Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another Asian Boss Boy podcast. It's been a long week.
Yeah, good week.
Good week?
Stocks going up.
Dude, we always talk about stocks every single episode. But that's good.
Okay,
That's what we talk about every day.
That's what you gotta talk about.
Money.
It's, money.
Yeah, this week was good. Made it a little bit. Did poorly on Dropbox, but everything else, spreads are looking good. And everything else is looking good. But school. I was thinking about school and how people... Well, it's like December now. And people are applying for colleges. And this year's going to be different for everyone.
Yeah.
Because you're applying for school, yet there's no excitement about university. Because you're doing Zoom University. Everyone's doing Zoom University. Randy, he's a teacher on Zoom University. So it's been pretty crazy.
You don't know who Randy is.
Randy will be in another episode. Hopefully. But Randy's one of my crewmates. He's a teacher. And he's grinding. He's a substitute. And he's teaching kids on Zoom, which is pretty cool. But, the experience for people on Zoom is a lot different than in class. It's pretty crazy because university for me wasn't that special before applying for school. All I wanted to do was make money, and I think James or someone brought up the topic about school, growing up, thinking about school, thinking about university, our perspective about school, education, and then post-education. So I remember your reaction trying to get into university. What was your perspective on school or university, college?
It's not necessary for certain jobs, but for highly skilled jobs, yes, it's it honestly helps and you need it. But if you know what you want and you have you don't need a degree to get it. Maybe you don't possibly need to go to school, but for general education, it helps. But for certain jobs, like I said, it's not necessary.
Is that what you thought in high school?
No. High school.
Okay, so what were you thinking back in high school about college?
It's necessary to get a college degree for certain jobs, but because I didn't necessarily think about any other stuff. I was only thinking about myself and my major. Yes, I need a job. I need to go to school and get a degree for it. Like if you're gonna be a software engineer, it helps. But I've also seen people without one also do fine without. But I've also seen people that with them also do well as well, and it honestly does help. But I didn't go in for software engineering. I went for my first choice was nursing, and then I went the accounting route. And I think you need both. I think you need a degree in both in order to get your foot in the door. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't be like, oh, I'm apply for it without the experience or the degree for it, which is a lot harder. If you have the experience but no degree, it helps. But it's not the person with the degree will obviously beat you going into the door, just because they have some of the experience that they're really looking for, and a lot of the time, the degree is only one part of the equation. It's about working in groups and really knowing about certain concepts that they might only teach you in school. You can learn it on your own, but the school covers the fundamentals. But if you want to be a car salesman and marketing and sales, certain jobs you might not need it.
Mm.
HR you might not need it. I think you just need to have a degree. If you have highly specialized in demand skills, you might not need it.
Like a tech school.
Yeah, tech school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also helps to actually get the degree because go to tech school. Yes, you have the certification, but someone has the actual degree. They went through, they covered in the general stuff that you might not know about because tech school. They cram everything in 6 months, versus a full-fledged soccer degree of 4 years. obviously it depends on what you want.
Yeah.
Certain people are exceptions, but generally the degree helps.
Yeah. But for you, all right, if you guys lived in Washington or you guys know about Seattle, UW, University of Washington, is like the most prestigious school.
Yeah.
Pretty much in the nation, right? You applied to.
Yeah,
Did you apply to
I
UW?
applied to UW. Yeah.
I applied to UW.
Yeah. I wasn't getting. My grades weren't good enough. They were okay. They just weren't good enough.
But thinking about UW, that was like the highlight of being a senior. Like you got if you didn't get into UW, that's what I thought. Okay, I applied to UW. I applied to Wazoo, which is Washington State University, which is the lower end of education, which is not bad actually. Wazoo's not too bad, but we applied to UW to be the prestigious, like, oh, your family's gonna be so proud of you. Oh, I'm gonna make so much money. That's like the prestigious.
Not necessarily.
But it's before. Right now, I don't think about that. But when back in high school, when I was like, okay, I'll be so happy if I got into UW. So I want to talk about like the perspective of when we were in high school, and our experience in college and then post grad, right? Because for me, UW, I was like, I'm not gonna get in. I already knew I'm not gonna get in because I'm not smart enough, and I almost didn't make it out of senior year because I messed up and turned in the wrong essay, and I got back sent to high school to finish up like missing credit. I don't know if you know this story.
I think I do.
Okay, so I was doing Running Start, which is you're doing classes in college in your junior and senior year. So you get credit for college credit, right? Instead of taking high school credit. Because I was like, I'm done with high school. I want to move on, do some college stuff, and get some credit. I went through college pretty well. Then I had one more English class. Very easy. It was like a lot of writing. And our final paper was to turn in this, I think, 10 to 20 page essay. All right, cool. Breezed through it. Turned in an incomplete essay, which is stupid. I don't know how I did this, but it was literally like the first paragraph, and I wrote the whole 10-page essay. I ended up turning in only the first paragraph for some reason. Emailed the teacher. She wouldn't let me through and pass the class. I obviously had the essay. Anyways, got sent back to my high school to finish up because I'm missing credits. And I was in a group of kids that skipped school. They were about to not graduate. And yeah. But I already knew, I was like, oh, all right, well, I'm not going to get into college right now because of the grades. My GPA was like it wasn't bad, like 3.2. But if I passed the class, I would have gotten a 3.5 or something. But yeah, college. Getting into college was rough. But I got rejected from UW. I got accepted to Western. No. I got accepted to Wazoo, Washington State University. But it's a 5-hour drive from where I live. I ended up not going. Paid for dorming, paid for everything, Decided not to go. Because I had a girlfriend at the time. Like, I'm not going to leave. I don't want to go. And I didn't really like the experience. It was too far. I didn't want to deal with it. And my thought of college at the time was just to... I wanted to be a pharmacist. Because, Asian people want you to be a doctor, pharmacist, whatever. I'm all right. I'm gonna get my dream job. Pharmacy. Woohoo. That was my perspective getting into college. But what was your experience? Applying and stuff. Because you were grinding. You were like applying a lot.
I only applied to 4.
Oh, okay.
I only applied to 4. The only one I didn't get into was UW.
UW, yeah.
I got into Western, got into Wazoo, got the SPU, and then I ended up going with SPU because it's closer. But I think I had pretty much with financial aid, I had a full ride to Wazoo, but I just didn't want to go. My parents didn't want me to go because it's too far away. If something happened, like I just they wouldn't be able to reach me in time, or I wouldn't be able to reach them in time. So I went with the closer school.
You were super sad when you get
I
into
didn't get
UW.
but actually I was glad because actually I actually like the smaller campus.
Hindsight, you like
Small people, yeah.
hindsight, you like
Yeah.
the small campus, but at
That's
the
it.
moment, you're like,
Huh.
you were kind of sad.
I wanted to get into the school, but like honestly, I don't think it would fit in. Like it's too big.
Mm-hmm.
Like small campus, and you can reach everything within like 5 minutes, and it ended up working just fine. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
I feel like a lot of people are grinding to get into their dream school.
Also know that generally the more prestigious the school, generally the higher the talent pool. Therefore, not everyone can get that A. Essentially,
Yeah,
like,
we need.
when you go to Harvard, I think I was reading a story. Like Harvard takes like the best of the best, but not everyone can get the A anymore. You're competing against everyone that performs really well. So obviously, there's gonna be people like starts getting the C's and the B's that we're not normally used to getting. So it's interesting to like read about how like it's the school's tailored towards the actual people that apply,
Yeah,
kind of. So
yeah. I never really felt the pressure of like being competitive in college.
I never had to do
right.
that. A little bit because nursing is a little hard to get into, but in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't get into nursing either.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So expand on that, man. Like, cause everyone knows you're into accounting. I mean, you're making good money.
I'm making okay money.
But
I'm making
before,
okay money.
yeah. But before accounting, and then now your job, right? What was the experience like? Trying to pursue nursing, and then getting into accounting.
Honestly, I was studying pretty hard, but it just wouldn't. I was never good at science. That's the thing. I was going into a science major, but I was never good at science. That's where it started. That's where the problem came in. And like it's heavily biology. Chemistry I was okay at because it's math. And, like I'm okay doing that, but then the biology part just never stuck in. I just couldn't do it. So I ended up studying less in accounting, but ended up doing way better in accounting. So that was interesting. Like I would probably study like maybe less or the same. Like it wasn't as intense as nursing. Like I could do way better in accounting, and just like the business major in general. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Going from like the middle percentile to like the upper, like 90 percentile. I was like, oh wow, now accounting is actually a lot easier.
Yeah.
And business in general is a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain classes that were hard because you just never got exposed to it in high school. There's certain concepts you just never study. You just gotta learn it as you go, which is interesting because like high school they should prepare you for certain classes. But then again, high school is just a general like a shotgun approach. They give you a little bit of everything, but not in depth of anything.
Yeah, it's really general.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really prepare you for much.
No.
That's why I like Running Start. Because if you guys have Running Start in your high school, you'll take it. I don't know about Zoom University now. I don't know if they do that now.
I think like
They probably do.
maybe, but at the same time, are they still paying full like tuition for like online classes?
Yeah. Like, you know the labs? You know, like, chemistry labs, bio lab?
Yeah.
You still pay for the lab.
That's interesting, but you don't get to do the lab.
You don't actually... It's virtual lab, which... I don't know. We need to get someone who is in Zoom University.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting your money's worth, and therefore, tuition shouldn't be as high as last year. But that's just what I think. I'm not in school anymore.
Yeah. You know, the experience is so different compared to everyone else now. But, yo, my experience... So I didn't go to UW. I didn't go to Western. I went to Western. I didn't go to Wazoo. God damn it. There's too many W's. It's just shit. But I went to Western. I wish I did more in college. In terms of, like, being social.
Really?
Yeah. I regret a lot of things in college. Not regret. I learned a lot in terms of being social, but I wish I did more things in college. You know, the parties. I could live without the parties, but going into clubs, meeting new people. Very small group of people that I know in college. I know of people. The only places I go to is the gym, and
Same.
A-Dub. But you were out a lot.
Yeah, not really.
Well, okay.
I had a certain group of friends that hang out pretty often. Like I'm pretty close with them.
You were in a dorm. That's the
I was
thing.
in a dorm, yeah.
I lived in a house with people that I knew.
But
I gamed with.
I didn't. Of those dorm people, I think I didn't. There's only a couple of people that stay close with, and even I was closer with people that weren't even on the same floor. So, it just all depends. Only I don't regret. I don't regret because I don't think it's certain people you don't really know. You only know them on the surface level, and like I'm fine with that because I don't really want to get to know them because I didn't think they were that interesting. There's certain people that obviously stay in the friend group that I find are more interesting and they're more fun to be around with. But I don't know. I don't think I had the same regret as you do. Maybe just to hang out and meet more people, have a big inner circle for bigger circle for like a LinkedIn circle,
Nice.
knowing people, expanding it. But like, I didn't think I was missing out too much, because to be honest, you know that you're gonna people go to school out of state, like you meet them here, but then after you graduate, you're not gonna see them again. And like like at most you can try to keep in touch, maybe see them like once or twice a year, because if they're out of state, like, it's a big commitment to go out there unless you're actively traveling and like living in that state. Like it's kind of hard to keep track of everyone because you have your own life. Like I knew all this stuff was kind of temporary, and like the people that were gonna stay, like you just hang out with them, and if you don't, you don't. But making more of an effort, try to retain some of those friends. But honestly, life happens. You get intertwined in your own world and like own priorities. You don't really have time to like kind of hit up people that aren't relatively close. Trying to work on that because they're not that far away from us, our family equation. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I definitely have some regrets. I wish I did more, because back at Western, all I did was dance and go to gym and go to class. I was in a crew with someone, and I wasn't even part of like the hip hop team or hip hop community. Like there was breakers and then there was hip hop.
Should have joined the hip hop crew. Hip hop's
That's
fun.
what I'm saying.
Hip hop's fun.
Hip hop's fun. I should have done it, but I didn't, because in our own circle we thought everyone was whack.
No, that's too judgmental, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't so judgmental. I'm like, bruh, I could have met my wife there.
I joined my hip hop group, hip hop group in our school. It was started by my friend. So, all right, I'll join. Came for a couple lessons, but then school took priority and I just didn't go as much.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I like hang out with my current housemates. They were fun.
Yeah.
And we played some video games, just talk, make some hot pot or something like that. But yeah, I think my college experience was fine.
You had fun.
I think I had fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I went back. I was like, I need a thumbnail for our podcast, right? I'm like, I looked through your photos, like, damn, this guy looking fun, because you had a lot of friends friends, right?
Friends, yeah.
You had a good experience, because back in high school, all you did was hang out with me and James and studied, and then you grew.
Not that. Doesn't keep much to keep me entertained, be happy. Just some food, talk to people. That's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be video games. Just hang out. You can just be doing nothing, just watching TV. That'll be fine with me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty easygoing. Not high maintenance.
That's why I was like, wow, this guy's living the college dream. I was like, bro, this guy's going in. Like, you had so many stories of like, I mean, we can go into that, but
There's a lot of stories,
you had a ton of stories. Maybe if you guys roommate stories are pretty funny to talk about. Like, they're pretty bad in the moment, but they're really funny and
like look at and just be like, what were they thinking? Just why?
Right? Yeah. But yeah, you had a lot of fun in college. I know we didn't even talk majority of our college experience.
No.
Because we were mostly focused on, I don't know, I was focused on school.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people or trying to build a relationship with some people at school. Like Randy. I had roommates that, I don't know, I was like, bro, I'm gonna kill you. Right? But yeah, I think college for me, my whole college experience was very negative. I think the first year wasn't too bad, but the second year was terrible because I had terrible roommates, and all we did was bicker, and had really bad energy. So I didn't really care about meeting new people. All I cared was, well, I just want to game. That was my escape. PUBG, WoW, man. But regardless of the roommates, I wish I did more in terms of joining the hip hop team, talking to people. And here's a funny story. At the end of graduating, there was this girl who worked at Starbucks. Super nice. She was part of the hip hop team. And I went there, got coffee, and we talked. That was the first time we talked
Oh wow.
in 3 years of being part of the hip hop team. She didn't know how I sounded. I knew who she was. I saw her dance all the time, and we actually sat down at a coffee after her shift. We sat down and talked for an hour, and she's like, "Wow, I actually didn't know you were like this. I thought you were always mean." I'm like, "Fuck."
That's what happens when you have a resting bitch face, or just don't approach people.
You don't
Somehow.
approach people and you don't meet people and want to talk to people. I literally went to practice with my crew. Didn't say shit. I was like, yeah, let's get this shit over with. Man, fuck you guys. Fuck you hip hop kids. Fuck everybody.
Guess we have a different mentality.
Oh my, and I was like, bro, what I was doing. Anyways, super nice. We kept in contact and we're like, yeah, we should hang out and shit. And there's only a couple people inside that hip hop team that I talked to. And that's one thing I was like, wow, I didn't do shit in college.
You didn't get the full college experience.
I didn't. I was like, wow, could have done a lot better in terms of being social. You know, because all I did was play games.
Yeah.
I
I didn't play any games. That's why.
We started playing games senior year.
Sometimes, yeah. When my roommate would go to work, I would come in and play some games. But other than that, didn't really game too much.
Yeah, I was like, bro, this is college, dude. It's like, wow. And I didn't. College is a place where you meet new people. I think I had a bad mentality getting into college.
Oh.
You hear people like my mom's like, yeah, college is a great place to like meet new people. I'm like, I just want to get out. I just want to get out. I just get the degree and get out. And I was focused on pharmacy. Didn't have the grades to get into pharmacy, obviously, because I'm stupid. Well, actually, the GPA was very, very high, very competitive. I was like, wow, I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna get in. So I switched over to anthropology. Wow, this is so much chiller. Honestly, I want to do PT, physical therapy, but you needed to wait another year or two to apply, which doesn't make sense. I don't really know the gist of it, but I couldn't apply, so I decided, well, let's just get my anthropbio degree, and deal with it later, and get out. So, besides that, I didn't do shit. But at the end of the year, like when everything was settling down, roommates are out of the house, we were chilling, then I started going to like house parties.
I never went to one. I already knew the people I were kind of hang out with, so I didn't go to anyone.
Yeah, because they were in your dorm, right? Or in your house at the time.
Yeah.
But for me, I was just hanging out with my brother, his ex, and a couple friends that we're all introverted. Well, we all just play games, pretty much, right? But we lived in this cul-de-sac called Bonnie Lane, and there's a bunch of houses that would throw parties. And this one particular house, all Korean or Asian. We went there, it was lit. It was fun. I wish I did that more in college. Not the aspect of drinking, but going there and actually meeting new people, because people were like, yo, it's fucking Tai. Yo, Tai's here. Because I was literally 2 houses down. And everyone would ask the house like, "Yo, you guys should come through and like hang out." We never came through until the end of the year. So I wish I did more in college.
You just needed me. You just needed me there. I would have probably just brought you guys all over to go there anyway. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, most of the time we were just chilling at home.
Yeah.
If you were there, you probably chill at home.
I'll probably make you guys go. Like I'll
Probably.
I go out whenever they invite me. I probably go out with my friends all the time.
Yeah.
You just need that one person that's half introverted, half extroverted. Like just bridge the gap a little bit.
I think for me, I really need to force myself to be extroverted. I had to fake it because I did want to go out and meet new people. I feel like a lot of Asians or like a lot of people in my circle are very introverted. They're like homebodies. They don't want to do anything. Or they just want to play games and chill and relax. But I really want to say, hey, I want to be outgoing. I want to meet new people. And because you're not going to meet new people just staying home and hopefully they join your Discord and shit. Join your Skype. Yeah, but the mentality was I shifted my thought. I said, well, I need to go out. I needed to, don't necessarily need a drink or go to a club, but go out and try something different and hopefully make a connection. Because I had a lot of fun just going out and going to another house party, not necessarily drinking, but meeting new people and just talking. So that's what I wish I did back in college. And if you guys are struggling right now, I don't know how Zoom is. Like, I don't know if you meet people through Zoom.
No, I think you can.
I'm pretty sure you can message them. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's my experience in college. That's pretty much the gist of it. Wish I did more. Met new people, and now I have to make it up now.
Well, post college.
Post college, I'm having fun. Well, now and it's like, yeah. Actually, I was grinding quite a bit post college, and doing personal training. Well, rewind. What was your perspective on post grad?
I mean, post graduation.
Post graduation.
I just proved myself trying to get a job, trying to get the bread. So, just because I had things to pay and like I had aspirations that I need money to get there. So, financial stability was the key goal. So, I just applying for jobs, and then once I did that, finally got a job. I just after that work, I just do whatever because I had so much free time afterwards. But other than that, nothing major. I mean, a lot of contacts from college, and even that now, like some of them were cut just because I needed to get a job, and I had so many like other stuff that were happening that I had to pay attention to, so I just didn't have the time to like reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm just grinding because now you're out of school. Like, there's a small window before people ask you, so what happened between now and after graduation? You see how like CEO saying, oh, I'm looking for a job when you graduate, so I want to fill in the gap as soon as possible. So that's what I did, because ideally you want to get, like for me, I want to get a job before the year ended, just because once summer begins again, it's a whole brand new way for people applying for jobs again. If you can get a job now, like you're okay. You can start building your resume and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, right after post grad, I had to move back at home. At the time, I finished up with a anthropology and bio degree, and it was very hard to actually get a job. I actually didn't know what kind of jobs were taking anybody with anthropology and bio, except teachers, professors, social workers. I was like, wow.
I'm going to HR as well.
HR
just want a degree.
Yeah, so I was applying to a couple places, and honestly, I already knew I didn't like this field because of the opportunities there. And for anybody thinking, oh, once you get a degree, you're gonna make money.
It depends on what degree.
Depends on what degree, and also applying doesn't automatically make sure that you have a job. So coming out of college, all my expectations went out the window. Like everything that your parents might say went out the window for me. So I ended up trying to do personal training. I went to personal training afterwards. And here we are. That's pretty much it. Because it's way different thinking about now than when we were in college or post-college. And then you're mentioning, what about after college, right?
Oh, after college? Just grinding. Just find a job immediately after that. And then now that I got a job, a little bit more stable, you find let go of the gas and just focus on other aspects. But my main focus is just still career-wise. That's why I don't have a lot of time for anything else. So I really value my free time. So not really looking for anything, just want to have a good time. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you mentioned my expectations after college and like if I regret anything, because in college didn't do much, right? I would say I had to backtrack a lot in terms of being social and putting out myself out there. Was able to go, like one of my good friends now, she took me out to a club. First time going to a club. I'm like, shit, it's actually pretty fun. Probably won't do it again, but it was a good experience.
Oh, I remember that time. I think was it there?
No.
I was there for one time. I don't know if you were there. I think you were there as well, but it's a different time.
We went to a club together?
Yeah. So it was one of my friend's birthday.
High school friend?
No. I no, maybe for you guys. For me, I barely knew him too well. But he's a nice kid.
You invited me or
No,
I invited you?
They invited us. He invited us.
He invited us.
Yeah. Not my type of thing. I don't like. I don't know. I don't do anything in the club. I don't dance. I just watch people. Oh. Watch people get drunk and.
Who invited us? I gotta remember that. Anyways, we gotta backtrack. We gotta figure that out. Now I'm curious.
Oh.
Like I don't remember.
It was his birthday. He had like.
Birthday.
I don't remember the night what it was. Oh well. Continue.
Did you like going to the club?
No, not really. Not my kind of thing.
Me either. We're pretty much homebodies, right?
Not my kind of thing.
But it was fun. Like when I went to.
I don't drink, so.
Yeah.
And I don't dance, so what am I doing there?
Honestly, the first time I went to a club with my friend, kind of awkward. But I had a saving grace. Remember Denny Chaw?
Yeah.
He was there. I'm like, damn, thank God, I have someone to talk to. Because the girl I went with, she liked to dance. Or like she liked to get lit. And at the moment, I had to drive too, so I didn't want to drink, and I didn't want to go crazy. But I didn't really have a good time. I just went there to keep her company, and she invited me. It was alright. But the next time we went to a club, I got lit. It was fun. Just dancing and just hanging out with like a group of people that her friends were. Went home and knocked out. It was a good time. But now it's more of, I guess, evolving and being more confident, more outgoing, being able to talk to people. Because when I was shifting into online personal training, I had to be on camera. I had to talk to people. I had to do sales and everything. So I had to level up pretty quick. And that's the nature of sales, marketing, and you get talked down on quite a bit, especially if you're doing social media and advertising. You get so many shit comments like that, and you just gotta build thicker skin. But post college, I actually enjoy everything up to now. Doing a lot of things that we couldn't do now. Had a good time. Post grad. What you do? Post grad. Well, how would you say?
I just work.
You just work, right? You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get a job right after?
2 months. Within 2 months, graduating.
Fuck.
2-3 months. Yeah. Then I just started working. Other than that.
Same old.
Same old. Yeah.
Different job.
Yeah, it's a different job.
That's pretty cool. I don't know.
Trying to make it towards my financial goals, which helps by having money. But then, because I don't really need too much to make me happy. Like, not that high maintenance. Just some good food, good people.
Good
That's
food.
It. Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Good food.
Honestly.
Some people, meeting some people on the side. And that's it.
Yeah, once this COVID thing's over.
Talking to people is fun. Like,
Yeah.
I know the
exactly.
social media apps.
Alright, not dating apps or social media apps?
Both.
Oh, okay,
Both.
okay.
I mean, kind of like around people and just talk random things. It doesn't matter. I don't know what the conversation is sometimes, but it's fun to comment because I like the funny. I think I mentioned it before. I like the funny profiles. Something funny, something interesting. Oh, and like trying to learn something. Because, why not? What else can you do? Talk about the weather? Oh, let me try to learn something off of you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like just like being around passionate people because you want to be around people that have like goals. Like it's interesting to hear about other stuff. Gives you a new perspective, a new way to look at it, and something to think about because maybe you haven't been thinking about those kind of things. So
yeah,
it's always interesting to see what different goals other people have. Because some people don't have monetary goals, which I would argue like I think you should, because it's not the money that you're going for. It's the free time that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
By having the extra money, you would get more free time in the form of early retirement.
Yeah.
More. As hate to say it, as much as I hate to say it, more money gives you more options to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you don't always need it. It helps. It just really helps.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Money is important, like it or not.
Yeah.
You need it, honestly.
Mm.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts because we're not talking to many people.
Mm-hmm.
So listening to a lot of podcasts about self-development, being successful, or their own perspective on things is something that I'm doing right now. That I wish I did back in college or even post-grad, because you were talking about like learning about perspectives of other things from other people and talking to people. That's like my podcast right now, listening to other people's podcasts. That's like the form of meeting someone and talking to them.
Also trolling people on that dating apps. You make up a brand, like a completely different aspect, just talk about it, just see where it goes. I've done that a couple times as well, just because.
Just a meme profile?
It's like a meme. Just meme it all. Just talk about random things completely.
Damn.
That have nonsense, like makes no sense.
I would just ghost them.
Nonsensical.
I would just ghost them right afterwards. I don't really.
It's fun to talk about until they drop you off, but because they know what you're doing. It's just fun. It's who I am, I guess.
Never done that before.
Just talk about random things. It's like, oh yeah, it's fun. Just bring up random topics because it's just so unexpected. Because like, oh, how are you? How's your day?
Yeah.
What you doing? What's your passion? Tell me something interesting about you. I like cereal, milk, cereal, then the bowl, and just open up with that. In that order. That's how I make. That's how I make it.
Damn.
And just like, oh, what?
They leave a question mark.
Like, what?
And then how do you respond if they leave a question mark?
Just continue. Just talk about something completely random. Tell me about your thoughts about the current dilemma in the salt trade of the 19th whatever. And he's like, what? Or tell me about the opium outbreak back in 18 something in China when the British came over and introduced opium over to control China. And just like, what?
You know the best thing is writing a rap.
Oh,
I remember that.
I did that too sometimes.
That's fun.
That was fun.
Kind of cringe, but it's kind of fun.
Just completely nonsensical and whimsical with no nonsense, like complete nonsense. I'm missing that. Because that is how I am, like, naturally. So
You just walk in the door like, yeah. Some bullshit.
just say something random. Yeah, it's fun to talk to people.
Even with new people, you're like, you don't hold back.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I don't
Jesus.
care. You know, you understand the first 5 minutes how I am. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If not, now's your time to exit.
I'm surprised some people stay.
They all stay.
I don't know why.
They all stay.
Or I think it's because They can't leave.
They all say, even in class, like I've been saying all these random things. I would go into a test and be like, "We have a test today," and everyone would be like, "Is he for serious?" Teacher would be like, "Yes, there's a test today," and like just to rattle everyone up, just so they like, get nervous and like do poorly. I knew it was a test today, but the thing is, it doesn't work when you're in your major and you see the same people over and over and over again, and the same teacher teaches the same class. She just looks at me and she's like,
That's fucking Perry.
she already knew. Well, she already knew. She was expecting it. So was the class. It became a tradition. People were like, "Is he gonna say it yet? Is he?" So sometimes I'd be like, "We have a test today," or "We have a test today." Just different methods of saying it, but it became a tradition. If I didn't say it, people were like,
Something's wrong with Perry.
Something wrong?
I think he's sick.
"Something wrong?
I think he has COVID.
Is something wrong? Do you actually know about the test?" Or one time, the teacher was asking for like tutors for like the lower for freshmen getting into the first like the stepping stone into accounting, and the first thing I would say would be like, "Why would I tutor them? I can't even tutor myself." And no, like I'm pretty sure everyone thought I just like was barely passing the class. I just asked all these like dumb questions, but only the teacher knew that I was like in the 90th or 85 percentile, and the person next to me, because they didn't trust me to do the work in group. But your boy knows what he's talking about.
Your boy's smart.
Like I put in a lot of effort. I put in the effort, so we get that. But only a couple people knew that I was actually like legitimately trolling. They didn't know my actual personality. So
Yeah. Wow. Do we go into like so many stories about school? I'm pretty sure there's things that I haven't even told you.
well, we can say that for next time.
We can say that for next week's episode. Anyways, guys, if you guys like this episode, make sure you like, comment, and sub. And remember, what was our saying? Assets.
Oh, the best.
Maximize assets.
The best thing
minimize
expenses.
Expenses. There you
The
go.
best thing to look for, maximize. What you look for in this spouse? Assets and no expenses. That's what you're looking
Maximize assets, minimize expenses.
for. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, see you guys next time.